They'll never admit it outright, at least not in the beginning. A woman might hide her feelings behind a polite smile, a teasing remark, or even playful indifference. She'll act casual, as if you're just another face in the crowd. But attraction, real, unfiltered attraction, isn't always announced with words. It's revealed in the small, unguarded moments when she forgets to hide it. The truth is, women are experts at concealing how they feel. They can mask their interest with practiced ease, keeping you guessing. But their bodies, their eyes, and their unconscious habits will always betray them. Attraction whispers. It slips into the smallest gestures, a glance that lingers too long, a laugh that comes too easily, a sudden change in posture when you walk into the room. Most men miss these signs because they're too busy waiting for direct confirmation. But a Stoic man doesn't need words. He reads between the lines. Today, we're going to uncover 8 powerful signs women secretly find you physically attractive. Subtle cues you can spot even when she's trying to play it cool. Understand these and you'll never be left wondering again. Sign number 1. Her eyes don't just look at you. They linger. Eye contact is one of the oldest, most universal forms of connection. But when it comes to attraction, the way she looks at you and how long she holds that look can tell you more than any compliment ever could. When a woman finds you physically attractive, her eyes behave differently around you. It's not always an obvious stare. More often it's quick but repeated glances when she thinks you're not looking. Or it's holding eye contact for a fraction longer than what's considered normal in CA. One of the most underrated signs of a woman's emotional investment is how she speaks about you when you're not in the room. Many men focus on how she treats them face to face, but the real truth about her feelings often comes out in the way she defends or praises you in your absence. If a woman is invested, she doesn't let others belittle you, even in small, subtle ways. She won't stay silent when someone throws shade at your character, questions your intentions, or makes sarcastic remarks about you. Instead, she'll step in, either directly or indirectly, to protect your name. Think about this. In a room full of people, our brains naturally gravitate toward the things we like looking at. We don't even consciously decide, it just happens. If she's scanning the room and her eyes keep finding their way back to you, that's instinct, not accident. You might notice this during a group setting. Someone else is speaking, yet she's still watching you, subtly tracking your expressions. Or maybe you catch her looking in your direction, and she quickly looks away, almost embarrassed that she was caught. That quick retreat doesn't mean disinterest. It often means she's aware of her attraction and doesn't want to give it away too soon. For a Stoic man, the goal isn't to overanalyze a single glance. It's to recognize the pattern. One look could be coincidence. But when you start seeing it happen consistently, when her gaze lingers just a beat too long, that's her attention choosing you over everything else in the room, and in the silent world of attraction, that choice speaks volumes. Sign number 2. She adjusts herself in your presence. Attraction has a way of making people self-conscious, in a good way. If a woman finds you physically appealing, she'll often make small, almost invisible adjustments to how she presents herself when you're near. This could be as simple as fixing her hair, straightening her posture, or subtly reapplying lipstick when she thinks you're not looking. She might adjust her clothing, tugging her sleeve into place, smoothing her skirt, or fixing the strap of her dress. Here's what's really happening. When someone is drawn to you, they become hyper-aware of how they're being perceived. Without even thinking about it, they'll tidy up their appearance to ensure they're showing their best side. It's not vanity, it's instinct. Sometimes the adjustments are even more subtle. She might shift her seat so she's facing you more directly, angle her body toward you in conversation, or remove something that's blocking you from seeing her clearly, like setting her phone aside. The key is to notice the difference in her behavior when you're around versus when you're not. Does she suddenly seem more put together when you join the group? Does she touch up her hair after spotting you? Those aren't random habits. They're quiet acts of presentation meant to keep your attention. A Stoic man never interrupts this process. He simply observes it. Because in those small, intentional movements, she's revealing exactly how much she wants to be seen by you. Sign number 3. She finds reasons to be near you. You don't need to be chasing her for her to place herself in your orbit. When a woman is physically attracted to you, she'll often create opportunities to be close without making it look obvious. It might start in subtle ways. She ends up in the same group conversation, sits near you at a gathering, or chooses a seat across from you where she can make eye contact. If you're at an event, she might happen to be at the same table or walk in the same direction as you when moving through the room. This isn't always conscious strategy. It's often a natural pull. Humans gravitate toward the people they want to interact with, even when they're telling themselves they're just hanging out. The test here is repetition. If she ends up near you once, it could be random, but if it keeps happening in different situations, different rooms, different days, it's because she's choosing it. For the Stoic man, this is where patience comes in. You don't need to close the gap for her. The more space you give her to choose proximity, the more telling it becomes. Because when someone wants to be near you, they'll find a way. Says this shift without reacting impulsively. He recognizes that these tonal changes are like a fingerprint, unique to the way she feels when you're around. 5. She protects your reputation when you're not around. One of the most underrated signs of a woman's emotional investment is how she speaks about you when you're not in the room. Many men focus on how she treats them face to face, but the real truth about her feelings often comes out in the way she defends or praises you in your absence. If a woman is invested, she doesn't let others belittle you, even in small, subtle ways. She won't stay silent when someone throws shade at your character, questions your intentions, or makes sarcastic remarks about you. Instead, she'll step in, either directly or indirectly, to protect your name. This isn't about her being blindly defensive. When a woman's feelings deepen beyond surface attraction, her language changes. You'll notice that she subtly shifts from speaking in separate terms, you and I, to something much more unified. We, us, our. It's a small adjustment, almost imperceptible if you're not paying attention, but it reveals a shift in her emotional reality. It means she has started to think of you not as an isolated figure in her life, but as part of her own identity and future. She no longer views your lives as parallel paths occasionally crossing. She's beginning to see them as intertwined roads. In a relationship, this loyalty forms the bedrock of trust. It's easy for someone to say, "I care," when you're around. It's far more telling when they protect you when you're not. If you find a woman who guards your reputation like it's her own, you've found someone whose heart is not just with you in private, but with you in the world. You with a certain respect after she's been in the room. That's not an accident. That's her laying down invisible shields around you. 6. She talks about us instead of you and me. When a woman's feelings deepen beyond surface attraction, her language changes. You'll notice that she subtly shifts from speaking in separate terms, you and I, to something much more unified. We, us, our. It's a small adjustment, almost imperceptible if you're not paying attention, but it reveals a shift in her emotional reality. It means she has started to think of you not as an isolated figure in her life, but as part of her own identity and future. She no longer views your lives as parallel paths occasionally crossing. She's beginning to see them as intertwined roads. This shift is more than just grammar. It's an unconscious confession. People don't refer to us unless deep down they already feel the bond. When she says, "We should try that restaurant," or "Our song came on today," It means she has started writing you into her life story. And in female psychology, that is a vulnerable move. It's an emotional risk because us implies permanence, and permanence means potential loss. But when she's willing to take that risk, it's because her emotional investment has tipped past the point of casual interest. Most men overlook this, thinking it's simply cute wording or conversational habit. But the wise man hears us and understands it's a signal. She's no longer keeping you at arm's length. She's inviting you into the emotional home she's building in her mind. And once you're in that space, you're in a place of significance she doesn't give to just anyone. 7. She remembers the smallest details you've ever shared. Emotional investment shows in memory. When a woman truly cares, she listens with the intention to remember, not because she's making a conscious effort, but because her mind naturally values your words. You might have casually mentioned your favorite snack 3 months ago, or told her about a childhood nickname once in passing. Later, you find her bringing it up again, surprising you with how deeply she has stored your details. This is not the same as polite listening. This is selective attention, the human mind prioritizing what matters most. In her eyes, your stories, your quirks, your preferences, they matter. They're woven into how she understands you. And the fact that she recalls them with accuracy is proof she's not just hearing you, she's emotionally cataloging you. Here's the deeper layer. Women often use these remembered details to create moments of connection. She might surprise you with your favorite snack after a long day, or use that childhood story to make you laugh when you're down. These moments are her way of saying, without words, I see you. I value you. I want to be part of your inner world. A man who misses this sign might think it's just kindness. But the man who understands emotional investment will see it as one of the clearest indicators that her feelings are real and personal. She remembers because you are unforgettable to her. 8. She feels comfortable showing you her vulnerable side. When a woman is truly invested, the walls she keeps up for the world start to come down with you. She might reveal her insecurities, her doubts, or fears she normally hides. She'll tell you about moments from her past that shaped her, sometimes painful, sometimes private, because she trusts you with her unpolished truth. This is perhaps the most telling sign of all, because vulnerability is risk. In her mind, showing weakness can mean giving someone the power to hurt her. If she chooses to expose that side to you, it means she believes you will not only understand, but also protect it. This trust is earned, not given lightly. Men often confuse vulnerability with drama or emotional instability, but they are very different. Vulnerability is the courage to be seen without armor. It's her way of saying, I'm letting you into the parts of me I don't show just anyone. And when she does this, it's a clear indicator her connection to you has gone beyond attraction. It's emotional anchoring. When you see this sign, don't take it for granted. Handle her openness with the same steadiness you would a priceless artifact. Because for her, sharing her inner world is both an offering and a test. Can you hold her truth without judgment? If you can, her investment will only deepen and her loyalty will grow unshakable. The signs of a woman's emotional investment aren't always grand gestures. They live in the small, intimate, and often quiet corners of your connection. The way she lingers in your space, adopts us instead of you and me, remembers your smallest details, and trusts you with her vulnerability, all are signals hidden in plain sight. Most men miss them because they're too busy looking for fireworks. But emotional commitment isn't fireworks. It's a slow, steady flame that burns warmer with time. The man who notices these signs can meet her investment with his own, not by trying to possess her, but by standing in his calm, unwavering presence. Because in the end, the deepest kind of love isn't about chasing someone until they stay. It's about being the man whose energy makes her want to stay without being asked.